Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a little bit of Total War Warhammer 2, where I don't have a video right now, don't have anything in mind, so we're gonna try doing something, just, very basic here. Maybe I'll get something good out of this, maybe I won't, but I've had some battles that were kind of just blah, and part of that is because I feel really sick right now. I'm not sure what the hell it is, but I have been just nauseous as hell. I've been, like, literally just spooning down, like, salt because that has kept the water from leaving my system. And I like it when I'm not completely dehydrated. And there are points in your life where you're going to actually need, salt in your body to not die of dehydration. It is a weird thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab Alariel here. Probably going to keep Arcane and Forging here. I don't know, actually. I don't think I need it against Lizardmen that badly. The thing is, like, the things that I would want to Arcane and Forge have such gigantic friggin' hit point pools that it just really doesn't help that much. We will go with the... Actually, let's not go double noble. Let's go a Handmaiden of the Everqueen and a noble, so we'll have one of each of those. And I'm just using Alariel as the sort of heal bot that you've probably seen me use before. I know that a lot of people like using her for, like, a lot of really big spell variety, but I actually like her because she can be in the air for relatively inexpensive. She's kind of effective at melee, she's got really great buffs, and I don't really need to use her as a spellcaster if I don't really want to. I'm debating getting the Sacred Incense because there are moments where Lizardmen get just gigantic amounts of missiles against you, but I think we're not going to bother with that right now. I'm going to get like 4 units of Spearmen, I think, in this particular instance. We'll get like 2 units of Swordmasters. It's hard to protect Swordmasters against Lizardmen, so I do have to watch out for that. And, yeah, a unit of Dragon Princes just sort of round this all out here. We've got quite a lot of heroes, so I don't necessarily need as many Dragon Princes as I might like in other cases. The problem here is going to be, like, protecting our limited backline consisting of that single unit there. I kind of want actually a little bit more backline stuff. I'm going to get rid of one of our units of Swordmasters. We're going to go ahead and get a little bit of the Lothian Seaguard. Okay, so 2 of them. It's not bad. I think that could give us a decent enough firing base. I don't really want to use the Rapier Bolt Thrower against Lizardmen, especially on this map. It's a bad map for it, so we're not going to think about that one. However, you guys, are you going to be sufficient here? Probably. I think this should be fine. Let's actually replace those guys with the ones with shields. Actually, you know what? Let's try something a bit different. Let's get one more unit of these guys, and let's get 2 units of archers with without anything there. And could get rid of one more of these and then sort of bulk up something else, but I think we'll give these guys veterancy. So the thing that a lot of Lizardmen players do is they take quite a few of those stupid skinks, the chameleon ones or just the regular ones, the javelins, and they don't necessarily do anything at all to, like, spearmen, so I don't have to worry about that much, but they could actually just walk up and start killing my Handmaidens of the Everqueen, which would be really tragic since they're quite susceptible to that. What you do in that particular case is I got a couple of those units of archers just because it would let me sort of kill them. I probably should have gone with the Lothian Seaguard with shields now that I think about it, because they could outduel them. They've got that shorter range, which doesn't matter against the skinks. I might have to just use the tree line to my advantage, which I really hate doing because it just sort of promotes this very campy mentality. I do wish that they would add in some capture points to this game. Like, it would make it so that you don't feel like camping is an advantage. I don't see a ton of it in this game, though, so that's fine. I do see some corner camping, though, but that's, like, mostly from dwarf players, and frankly, they kind of need it. And even with it, I've actually beaten quite a few corner camping dwarves, just because, like, it's, like, such a weird army composition that they have right now. Like, they're really strong against certain things. I think they actually do really well against things like Empire and Skaven, for example, but, yeah, they have a real hard time, I think, against High Elves. I wonder how they do against Bretonnia. I would imagine they do fine, because, like, the Bretonians sort of have to attack into the dwarves, and it's not like they can crack open a dwarf box all that easily, even with Grail Knights. I'm mostly sort of assuming that the dwarves probably roll with, like, 2 Master Runesmiths against Bretonnia, because they would be able to sort of burn their way through the Grail Knights really quickly. Like, just eating salt, I should probably actually take myself to a hospital. So if you don't hear from me for, like, that probably means whatever this was killed me and I should have gone. But, area or something like that, I don't know. Actually, no. Malaria actually does to the human body. I've never been very good at that sort of thing. Okay, so this map is kind of weird. I don't particularly like it. Hard to see through this level of foliage. Alright, what are we looking at happening here? Game, please, might have to do something real quick here. Hold on 1 second. Oh, no.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So there is a slight chance that he'll try to go, like, out-air me, and I probably should have actually taken the net, or not net, but the Tempest, just in case, but it usually doesn't matter. There are a few skink units that could go air that could actually absolutely wreck the Everqueen, but move you guys there. These guys go behind there. We're going to have these Dragon Princes quite far back. They're going to be just nothing but backline protection. Our Swordmasters, we're going to wait the left flank here with them, and they'll be able to sort of do a really good job against most of the Lizardman roster. In fact, let's just actually get these units that I had sort of forward. I'll actually move them back here. So that'll sort of box us in a bit. I'm going to be like really over-dependent on my Dragon Princes in this match, I think, that one unit, so if they get killed, that's probably going to be the indicator that I'm going to lose this fight. But we'll see how the things go. Now, the bonuses that we got from this lady here are actually really, really quite strong, so I don't necessarily want to get her too far away from the army, because she's boosting up like the Sisters of Avalorn by a decent amount, and the archers here as well. Like 15% to accuracy, or sorry, not accuracy, rate of fire, and 10% to the damage means like quite a significant amount of increased damage from these guys. The one problem with this is like these guys are not necessarily going to mow through the humongous hit point pools that Lizardmen tend to have. I'm going to move into the woods here. I'm going to try and fight from this position here, I think. Alright, so they've got a fairly spread out formation, by contrast to my very contracted one. I'm not seeing a ton of large monsters. I am seeing some skink cohorts. They're not too scary though, so I'm not super worried about that. Let's see. Oh, there's their monsters, the Bastillodon solar engines. In the woods. Good. Fantastic. Let's try and get them in range-ish for our archers. Actually, you know what? Let's just move our entire army to the left flank. We'll swing these guys... Oh no, he's moving away. Okay.
Driving back the dark.
Alright, Chameleon Skinks on our flank here.
Dragon Princess.
Gonna fend these guys off a little bit here. We're just gonna make it so that they go the hell away. Alright, so what's the Bastillodon actually aiming at? Our heroes here?
Loyal guardian.
Alright, so get Dragon Princess out of the fight here. And let's try and get these ladies here firing at that Bastillodon over there. Alright, so archers over here, let's fire at that Bastillodon. So despite the fact that he's got the like cover of the woods there, these actually are going to be able to deal some decent damage. Like, he has to be a little bit vulnerable with that unit to fire out of there. So we are actually chipping away at that health, I think, pretty okay. What is he firing at? Okay, that Ruination of Cities really hurt, but you know what, that's fine. Let's go ahead and hit up a Overcast one of these. I'm gonna move her over top of the unit. Sisters of Avalorn are actually getting pretty wrecked here. What the hell hit these guys? Wow, whatever that was, just wrecked them completely. Is he actually... I think he's using all his ammunition from that on my, Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm not dealing that much damage to the Bastillodon in this particular matchup here, which is not great. Alright, you guys are going to go after these.
Draw back. For order.
Cold One Spear Riders. Spearmen over here can go after these guys. Let's see here. Skunk cohort over there. Alright.
Alariel the Everqueen. Isha! Lithra!
I think he still fired a little bit at these archers here, so that's all fine. Let's get you guys back this way. Why did he not frenzy, I wonder? I'm very surprised about that. Alright, Dragon Princes, let's retreat.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
Alright, Scar Veteran, head over here. Or take up that Scar Veteran if we can.
Isha's chosen.
Let's just boost up our front line over here. Damn it. Okay, well,
Ever onward. The greater good.
alright, got netted on our cavalry, that's fine right now.
Spearmen.
Alright, let's get our Swordmasters on the back here.
Yes.
Feral Bastillodon. I'm not too threatened by Feral Bastillodons, honestly.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen. For order.
Alright, and our Noble's probably getting his ass kicked right now, but I don't know, it's actually not that bad.
As you say.
Why can I never cast my spells in this game? It is really annoying how consistent it is as far as that goes. Ow, Jesus.
Dragon Princess.
Alright.
Moving out.
Oh,
Assyrian willing.
yeah, this map I just really hate it.
We will obey.
Devoted servant.
Alright.
The Everqueen.
Nope, nope, Everqueen's gone. Not too surprised, I didn't have a very good rear charge there. Yeah, Spearmen aren't actually even really winning against the Skink cohort here. It's just not really a good set of units to use. That's okay, though. This Skink cohort's getting kind of wrecked by the Spearman unit, though.
Pull back.
Well,
Alariel the Everqueen.
let's have her heal herself. And let's have her go after Lord Mazdamundi here, I guess. Nothing really else that I can do here.
Maiden Guard. Understood.
Alright, we need to go after the Skink cohort here.
Without fail. Swordmaster.
Swordmaster's ripping through the Skink cohorts pretty well, at least. I think Mazdamundi's slightly hitting himself more than he's hitting... I think he's hitting Mazdamundi just a little bit more than me, but he's pretty resistant. The chief, or the Scar Veteran over there is going to wreck me, though, if I don't get out of that, so... Let's get out of there. Alright, so...
Death to all. Archers.
Let's get all of you guys back in the fight here.
Dragon Princess. For the king.
Alright.
Yes.
He actually has got some Source Warriors, I did not know that.
Loyal.
Where the hell are my Swordmasters?
Orders received.
Okay, so they've broken those guys.
Setting
Gonna go help deal with these Skink cohorts here.
Servant of light.
Get the Everqueen over this way.
Spearmen.
Have you guys head back into the fight here.
Acknowledge.
Light of Avalon.
Pull back.
Okay. God damn it.
Sarior. Genui. Sail. Lacoy.
God damn it. This game just does not let me cast spells where I'm trying to cast it. Like, I think you guys saw what was happening there. Like, that's just bullshit. Okay. Woodland Spear Riders,
For duty.
what the hell?
Forward. Assa forward.
Alright, no, I think I actually did charge them into that Uninosaurus Warriors, so that's probably my fault.
Swordmaster of
Alright,
Horse.
Swordmaster's here, doing a pretty good job.
Chosen of
Dear Everqueen, please actually cast your spell on yourself. That would be lovely.
Ready.
I think our handmaidens are done for here.
Loyal. Loyal.
Isha's chosen.
Okay, she needs to just heal herself again, General.
Pull back!
God, what? Oh, man.
Isha! Let ride!
Moving
Alright, let's have her
Alt one's
head over
queen.
there. Could have saved that for the
Light of
Dragon
Avalon.
Princes, but in all honesty,
Fenrir,
probably don't need to.
onward, under her protection.
Alright. Our Swordmasters are probably just about done here, in terms of, like, they're probably
As
dead,
you
but
say. To the
Source Warriors
fray.
over here. This is turning around a little bit, surprisingly enough.
Alariel the Everqueen.
We're still gonna lose, I'm pretty sure, but, like,
Alt
turned around a
one's
lot more
queen.
than I thought it was going to.
Onward! Driving back the dark.
As you say. Assyrian willing!
Alright.
You're it there!
Dragon Princess.
Only 2 Dragon Princes
Light
left.
of
It's not
Avalon.
ideal, but... Please, why?
In wrath.
Oh, I've failed to cast every, let's see here. I'm at the limit, I think.
Orders received. Setting for Assyrian!
Alright.
Spearmen!
How many guys did the
Assault,
Swordmasters kill?
withdraw!
166. That's actually not that bad. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the Bastillodon I don't think should be able to wipe out archers like that at that range. Like, that's just kind of nonsense.
Alariel the
I'm
Everqueen.
just gonna get a quick charge in here. Might as well. Might be able to break these guys
Servant of
now.
light.
But yeah, no, our morale's just broken here. Alright. Not a very good match, but I didn't think it would be. I generally speaking just don't like these maps. There's stuff you can do in them that are like sneaky and they'll let you get away with whatever, but like none of it's fun. Like I don't know who has fun with it because it's basically just you sit in the woods. And like it involves the other person just being like, okay, well, I guess I'll just lose this fight then. So I guess I'll get out of the woods and do something else. But that's basically how those matches go, and it's been the same since like Shogun 2, and they're just not good maps. Like there's an argument to be made like terrain should play a part in battle, and that includes things that obscure line of sight, but when it's just you can stay in something that blocks line of sight and not move out of it, there's nothing entertaining about that. And that's why I think that like they do probably want to put in like back in capture points. All right, here's Chaos. I haven't actually played against Chaos in a while, and they're actually really tough to beat in a lot of respects there. Princess is what I probably want to go with here. Get rid of this. Let's go ahead and grab our wizard. And I'm thinking actually we'll try keeping Arcane and Forging in this case. Beyond that though... Oh god, what's happening here? This is one of those times where like Swordmasters are important, so we're going to get them. And we're actually going to get like 3 of them, if I can get my game to work. I do wish they just added in like a super broken Swordmaster. Okay, so we managed to make it into the... Oh god.
I think we made it into the game. Pretty tough match. Chaos just has units that are extremely economical right now. Once of this game is kind of swings back a little bit back and forth. We've got Spearmen. Their only goal really is to get murdered by monsters that they can for a while maybe. The Swordmasters have to do the bulk of our killing, assuming that they don't have like all Cavan monsters. If they do, we're screwed. If they do have all Cavan monsters, like, we're screwed. But if they only have a little bit of Cavan monsters with a lot of infantry that they're standing on top of, that's what these guys are for. They're actually very good at dealing with that. They don't do very good damage against the Fireborn either, so the Fireborn are actually a really great combination with them. And of course, we're going to need to just protect these guys here. Now, Archon could just flip a Fireball through our lines here, so I'm going to try and not be too clumped together. And we're going to get all of you guys, sans the mage, and sans our general, together. I'm going to be fairly sort of cowardly here, but I don't see any great terrain actually for like this is the most open spot that I can see for our archers, which is not great. I want the archers actually out of the forest though, just so that they're not getting shot or getting shots into the woods there, and should be fine. Did I take the right spells here? Yeah, I did. Soul Punch over here. So does he have Hell Cannons? No, he does not. He does not actually have the thing that I'm super worried about, which is like a lot of monsters. Cool. So he does have like Kolek over here. I'm gonna start firing at him right away, but I have to find and identify like the chosen units. Chaos Marauders, Chaos Marauders, Chaos Marauders. Are these all Chaos Marauders here? There's chosen. Okay, and there's the Mirror Guard, the Chaos Warriors. I can't remember if they're technically more dangerous. But I think, technically speaking, the Mirror Guard are not as dangerous as the other stuff, so let's not worry about that. That explosion probably hurt quite a bit. So whatever is, yeah, chosen with great weapons. These are the dangerous ones here.
With haste. Understood.
Okay, so by the time we turn, we'll probably have a shot here. Alright, and let's get this army sort of moved up a bit. Managed to get a decent hit on those chosen with great weapons. Alright, start firing away at him. And we're going to want to go ahead and Arcane and Forge him potentially. Alright, fire at him now. Marauders on the left flank we should be able to actually deal with pretty effectively here. Like, he's got kind of the composition that I do want to be fighting against here, in some respects. Yeah, that's what I was sort of saying. I was kind of worried about that thing. Fortunately, it's not, like, super deadly here. We'll charge at that unit there.
Yes. For duty. For order.
Setting forth. I go then.
Alright, so
Steel, as you say. Asa, attack.
Spearmen, swiftly.
Serve the king.
get you guys back. I don't think my opponent is necessarily that I think our opponent's not necessarily the best out here. Let's do this to Kolek.
Scython, hear me.
Loyal.
Fireball. To the fray.
Alright, let's get these guys over there.
Princess of Alpha. It is done.
I mean, I could use this ability on something like, say, their something else, but... Alright, Swordmasters have chopped through them.
Fireball.
Dragon Order Shaggoth here has taken some bad hits.
For the Ever Queen.
Alright, there he goes.
Lacoy. Fireball.
Swordmaster of
Those Swordmasters are going to have like 4 kills or something like that. Ridiculous, aren't they?
Winds
Alright.
of magic rise. I concur.
Boom. Alright, so Fireborn need to get out of this fight here. I'm gonna just distract these guys with some spears. But,
Understood. By your will.
Swiftly.
yeah, we're gonna lose that over there. I'm not really surprised. Sweep our Swordmasters in this way. Get these guys after those chosen with great weapons.
Fireball.
Get the Fireborn out of there.
Now, Asa, move.
Asa, withdraw.
So...
Ulfwan Mage. Scython, hear me.
General's starting to take a little bit of damage here. That's fine, though.
For duty.
Chaos Warriors with Halberds moving in to fight that.
Ulfwan. Asturian wills it.
Fireball. Without
Alright, let's attack this mirror guard a bit. Who the hell are these? My spearmen running away?
Awaiting orders.
Alright, so we just want to finish this guy off if we can here.
fireball.
Alright, so that was a good hit there. Let's get our Dragon Prince back out though,
Moving out.
before they take too much more damage.
Guides us. As you
These
say,
guys might be able to take that guy out.
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
Princess of Ultron.
Let's get you out of the fight there. Oh, our mage is getting his ass kicked by something. I'm not entirely sure what was even hitting him.
Orders
Or rather.
setting forth.
All right.
Advance. Kill them.
Daughter of Ultron. Attack.
Ready.
Are we out of arrows or something on these guys? I feel like we might be.
Going.
Menlui. Araya Menlui.
For London.
Grab these Chaos Warriors here with a hit.
Seal.
Alright.
My power is yours. Calling the winds. At once.
Well, I think we're going to lose our little line of things defending our sisters here. Also, he's still firing missiles at them, which is
Be
interesting.
away. Acknowledged. For duty.
Alright,
Princess of
so
Ultron. At once.
let's go ahead and fire at these guys, or fire our Swordmasters off of these guys.
Spearmen.
Get you guys at them. But I do need to kill these Chaos Warriors with halberds here pretty badly.
Agreed.
Mirror guard over here. Only got 7 Swordmasters left in the unit. Alright,
We go.
charge him.
Without fail.
Don't want to get caught down on those halberds. The nice thing about High Elves in this particular matchup is that they do have tools for dealing with things like Kolek. They're not great ones, like the Sisters of Avalorn are not amazing at this,
For the king.
but they do work.
Guide my bow. For Azorian.
Yes. Going abroad.
Alright,
Winds of magic rise.
so you guys are heading there. I do want you guys away from that.
Okay. It shall be done. As you say.
And Kolek fighting the Princess here. That actually is going to go to the Princess with the fire that's coming in there to assist.
Move.
It will be done.
Get those spears in there to help. Get these Dragon Princes down here. Kolek actually is what we want to hit.
Ulfwan mage.
I'm going after these guys with our mage just because they're going to be able to
Wielder of the
do
wind.
some pretty decent things there. You guys, what the hell are you doing?
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
That's interesting.
Fireball.
Either way, let's get after these guys here.
Ulfwan mage.
Alright, something of ours just got wiped out and I'm not sure what it was. Oh, you guys, let's have you head over there.
Azur Guardian.
So yeah, now that we got the spears in here, Kolek is losing this fight really badly. The Mirror Guard losing against Swordmasters. Everything else is just going to go fine. He could have brought these guys in a little bit earlier and that would have helped, I think.
Forward.
I'm going to have you guys stop
Very well.
doing the skirmishing there.
For order.
Alright, Kolek actually basically fought to the death. That's
Without
ridiculous.
fail.
Alright, Dragon Princes go get that Chaos Sorcerer. That'll rout them off the field, I'm pretty damn sure. And that's pretty easy victory against Chaos here. Like,
For duty.
I've been winning a lot of my fights against Chaos, despite the fact that they're supposed to be really hard for, like, High Elves to beat. And there's a couple of reasons why I have, but I think that really they are just a faction that is pretty tough just in terms of pure economy. If you don't have a like unit that is earning silver chevrons over the course of the battle, then, you know, you're probably having a rough time there. So, fortunately, that was not over a really stupid map or something like that. Chosen with great weapons, yeah, like, they're a priority target. We Dragon Breathed them twice, we used our whatever it is on them. But the Swordmasters are more high priority, like 262 kills in that one unit, 77 kills fighting Chosen, and a, like, Dragon Order Shagoth. Like, that's huge. 117 kills on the other one on the right flank that was fighting against more Marauders, but also against Kolek. So that's a huge victory for us. Sisters of Avalorn did not get kills, but what they did do was they were the ones that dealt the majority of the damage to Dragon or Shaggoth and to Kolek. And they're one of the few sort of units that are capable of dealing that kind of damage out. I don't think he did the right call to the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. Not really that useful against High Elves necessarily, especially if I spread out there. The Mirror Guard did a lot better than I thought they would, actually. That's kind of surprising. Chaos Warriors with Halberds, they're kind of like, they had a hard time with dealing with the Fireborn, and of course with the Princess there, with her greater mobility and the fact that she can just sort of fly over their heads there. Marauders, I don't think that they're a good call against High Elves. High Elves are going to have to take Swordmasters against Chaos, and as you can see, the trade rate for the Swordmasters against these guys is so ridiculously one-sided that you're not going to be seeing these guys succeeding in anything meaningful, even if you've got like 5 units of them against 2 units of Swordmasters or something like that. It would not go well for the Chaos Marauders. And that's 2,500 points versus 2,500 points worth of Swordmasters. It's equal cost, basically. Well, actually, I think these guys are 475 or something like that. It's close to equal cost, but the results... The Swordmaster, like 1 unit of Swordmasters can mulch 3 of their units easily by himself and still have hit points to spare. So that's really what you're getting yourself into in that fight. I think that's going to be enough for now. Just like I said, I feel really, really sick right now. I don't know what it is.